Today we are still in Orlando, Florida, and today is going to be more of a somber note. You see, Orlando at the time played host to one of the worst mass killings in United States history since 9/11. And I am talking about the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando, Florida. Today we're actually going to visit the scene where it happened. We'll see what is still there, what is still standing, see if we see any remnants of what happened 3 years ago now. And we'll tell the story of those early morning hours that changed Orlando forever. Just over 3 years ago, I was actually in West Virginia. We had an assignment there, but it was June the 12th of 2016, and it was Latin night inside the club. So there were more than 320 Hispanic people, most of whom were part of the LGBT community, all inside of this club in the early morning hours, having fun, having a great time, when their night would change for the worse.
We do want to update you on the breaking news out of Orlando, the terror attack on a gay nightclub. Right now, at least 20 are dead, maybe more. The shooter also dead. Police.
We were leaving the club, and then as soon as we left, gunshots were just going like crazy.
Hot poles, there's dead people everywhere. They're shooting.
Yes, my son was shot in the club in the Pulse in Orlando, and he's still in the bathroom when he's bleeding. He got shot, and nobody's going in for him.
There are now 4 dead in the bathroom and 2 shot. They're bleeding now. If somebody doesn't get there soon, they're gonna die.
It was 2 a.m. and Pulse nightclub had just called last call. Omar Martin, he arrived by bus, walked up to the club. He had a rifle and handguns. There was an off-duty police officer as a security guard that night. Martin ran past him and into the club and opened fire. The police officer called for backup. It was 2:04 when additional units started arriving. Over the next 45 minutes, more than 100 more Orange County and Orlando police officers were dispatched here to the scene. At 2:08, police officers busted out the fountain, which was glass at the time, so that they could see into the building and gain entry.
You got a door up top with a sheet.
Alright. Need to get the
You see the holes riddled in that door right there. All the bullet holes. They just put a piece of tape over them. The cowardly act was carried out by a man named Omar Martin. He was 29 years old. He was a security guard here in Orlando, Florida. It's still not quite certain why he did what he did, but they know that he frequented gay clubs several times. They also know that he frequently talked very harshly about gay people.
At 2:35 a.m., the shooter called 911, pledging allegiance to ISIS, telling the dispatcher, "I'm in Orlando, and I did the shootings."
We are here on the backside of the nightclub, and this is where all the police officers were staged, right in here. They also showed footage from helicopters where you could see the bomb unit coming over to a car and searching a car that was parked over here, they believe to be Martin's. And this unit also provided them access to breach and enter the nightclub from right on the other side of this fence. And then it wasn't until 5:02, hours and hours later, when those 100 officers would breach through this wall, quickly shooting and killing the suspect. After a 3-hour standoff with police inside of the nightclub, the Orlando Police Department shot and killed Omar Martin. He refused to give up. They had no choice but to take his life to end the killing.
We're being told possibly up to 15 remaining in the club that are barricaded in.
Our officers were able to push an air conditioning through to one of the dressing rooms, and I believe saved 8 people.
It was unreal. It was just a lot of bodies laying on the ground, anywhere from 20, 25 or so. I began yelling, "Hey, get up, get up." It took a minute to realize that those people weren't getting up.
When it all happened, this pro tent window building was here, and it was in all of the news coverage.
The nightclub has 3 main areas: the hip-hop room, the main bar with the dance floor, and a patio area. Some people escaping out this side door and into this small alleyway. Jean Yell telling me he crawled on the floor, reaching through the curtains to find a sliver of an exit, but that people were climbing over one another to get out.
That sign is still hanging there, and it was there when it happened. You can see it in all of the news reports too. Incredible. So shocking to see that this building is still here. They have constructed a wall here on the inside with all the names of everyone who lost their life that morning. For the first year, they just had a fence wrapped around the building, and then about 2 years ago now, they constructed this wall to pretty much encase the actual nightclub itself and serve as a memorial. The actual owners of this property have yet to decide what they want to do with it. Are they going to tear the building down? Are they going to leave it up? They haven't decided yet. Either way though, this location will always forevermore be a Pulse nightclub memorial.
The Orlando nightclub, where 49 people were shot to death, has been released back to its owners by investigators. The owner says she hopes to reopen the Pulse nightclub, perhaps in a new location.
Everyone showing their respect for the lives lost. That's actually still the exact same sign. People have come and signed their name to this from all over the world, but that sign is actually here.
The chaos, confusion, and enormity of the Pulse massacre captured in real time.
The owners of the property here itself, obviously it was closed because of this horrible, horrible act. Those same owners opened a foundation called the One Pulse Foundation. Now, basically the One Pulse Foundation is to fight against LGBTQ hate, against racism, against homophobia, you know, against all types of hate. And you can see a bunch of pictures line up all the wall of all the love that happened right after the Pulse shooting. People took time everywhere to show their support and to say Orlando strong. At the time, this was the deadliest terrorist attack on U.S. soil since the September 11th terrorist attacks. 1 year later, it was surpassed by the Las Vegas massacre. It's a horrific story with horrific consequences, and it'll never be forgotten. That is going to do it for this episode. I want to thank you all for watching. I will see you again tomorrow. I hope you have a great day.
Suppose I could have been